1 million lives lost in the U.S. during this COVID pandemic, and the real death toll could be higher. In the world's #1 economy and the so-called shining beacon of hope. Why do ordinary people perish with little to no protection? Why haven't the country's safety protocols worked? Why is the healthcare industry booming while people suffer? Kuen Nistrom is a diabetic, and the huge amount of insulin she spends every month makes her breathless.
Today I went and picked up my insulin prescription. That retails for $340 a vial. I go through 2 to 3 vials a month. So how are normal, everyday working class people in this country supposed to afford to keep themselves alive?
And she is not alone. In order to survive and to prove a point, a group of diabetics decided to break the law. They chartered a coach to take them across the Canadian border 1,300 kilometers away to buy cheaper insulin.
These vials of insulin in America would have cost me $3,060 retail price. That's in US dollars. Today, I paid $243. It is staggering how much more money it is in America. You can see why 1 in 4 Americans are rationing their insulin because they can't afford it.
According to John Gaiman, a member of the Institute of Medicine, the COVID-19 pandemic has exposed long-standing system problems of U.S. healthcare, ranging from access barriers, uncontrolled prices and costs, unacceptable quality, widespread disparities and inequities, and marginalization of public health. The U.S. is plagued by diabetes, affecting 1 in every 10 people, and about 14% of COVID-19 deaths were diabetics.
We got millions of people in this country who are suffering, tens of millions, who are suffering from diabetes. 6 million use insulin.
The average cost of insulin in the U.S. is about 800% higher than that of other developed economies. Medical expenses for diabetics alone accounts for 25% of the country's total healthcare costs. The pharmaceutical industry is not a competitive market. Patents mean that these companies have legal monopolies on specific drugs, and the 20-year patent term does not necessarily mean access to a free market.
Products that are out are not really new. They may have tweaked the manufacturing process and the like, and they have better delivery pens and the like, but the increase in price has been astronomical.
Besides production, distribution channels in the U.S. are opaque and complex and involve multiple institutions and intermediaries. Everyone, it seems, wants a piece of the pie. Due to the implementation of free pricing legislation, manufacturers, wholesalers, and pharmaceutical benefit managers, or PBMs, have joined hands. Although PBMs are not part of the distribution channels, they've been granted substantial influence, such as reviewing doctors' prescriptions, formulating prescription sets, negotiating drug prices, and so on. According to Eversana data, in 2017, the top 3 PBMs were responsible for 73% of all prescription drug sales in the U.S. This mechanism has friends in high places. According to statistics by Open Secrets in 2021, the Pharmaceutical Research and Manufacturers of America, the American Hospital Association, and the American Medical Association ranked among the top 10 spenders with the highest lobbying expenditures and spent nearly $75 million to protect their interests. The whole industry is trapped in a vicious circle. No matter which political party is in power, it is unwilling to rock the boat.
5 major drug companies last year made $50 billion in profits. They have well over 1,000 lobbyists here in Washington, D.C. They provide hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign contributions. Their job and what they do is charge the highest prices they possibly can, the highest prices in the world. Their business model is greed.
The healthcare industry in the U.S. is highly monopolized. Medical institutions, pharmaceutical companies, equipment manufacturers, and medical insurance companies gang up with political parties, both Democrats and Republicans, against ordinary people to make a quick buck. When the pandemic hit, the United States stumbled. In 2020, its healthcare expenditures grew nearly 10%, accounting for close to 20% of the country's GDP. But the high spending has not paid off. The U.S. healthcare system ranks last among 11 high-income countries. The right to healthcare is one of the most basic rights. Everyone should be entitled to it irrespective of race, age, ethnicity, or social group. What happened to these lofty ideals in the United States?